Okay, today in our 29-day ball handling challenge, we're working on protecting the basketball. A lot of players struggle protecting the basketball. So we're gonna go over 3 different things you can do protecting the basketball. Let's say your defender is really tight to you. So we wanna get into a closed stance or protect our body like this instead of being in a face-up position, attacking downhill. They're a little too close for that. So option 1 that I have right here is if my defender is what I call back hip. So their weight and their stance is a little more on my back hip. That's going to tell me that I can hip swivel, I can front hip turn, and push the basketball through. And we'll show you these a little faster, full speed. My second read is to bounce back and create separation. So my second one is here. If my defender is a little more squared off, even stance, shoulder to chest, I can bump, boom, I can pop, I can hip swivel, square up, they stay back, I can light it. If they attack, I can read the closeout and go right, left, or that could be simply to avoid a 5-second call, make a pass, whatever that might be. And then our third one would be to spin, right? So if I'm dribbling the basketball here and my defender comes front hip, possibly reaching to poke this basketball away, I'm gonna pull the ball 180-degree drop, meaning I go from here, I pull this dribble 180 degrees, and I drop the ball in front of this stance. That way the ball is protected with my leg and my body. A mistake a lot of players make will be one of 2 things. One, they'll leave it, so they'll spin, they'll leave this ball, so then they end up, boom, stolen and taken off, or they pull it too far. They pull this dribble, and they come all the way back into where the defensive player is, right? So if I can do a 180 turn as I pull this dribble, pulling, boom, I'm dropping, now I'm switching hands, and then I'm able to try to cut the line, veer back in front of the defender. That's the sweet spot for us. Let's look at it live against some defense. Our first one is with a back hip defender. So if I'm protecting the basketball, his stance, his weight, maybe he's reaching from behind, I can turn and push that basketball through. We always want to think cut the line or sever the defender's line. Players will make that mistake of driving here and they don't veer back in front of the defender, so now they beat me to the spot. I don't want to do that. So if I'm bringing it up and there's this pressure, if I can hip turn, boom, and then push the basketball through, I'm going to be in good shape. And even if this defender is reaching, if I can get a swipe, like a swipe down, and then push through, I'll be in good shape there. Now let's look at a square. So give me an even stance, coach. You can take a look right here. So we'll go left hand. So I'm facing you, my defender's a little more even stance. Not giving me a great angle, but they're tight. I want to protect the ball and also create separation. So in this one, I got an outside hip dribble. I can bump and jab, and then after I do that, boom, I'm creating separation. If they stay back, I can pull their pass. I can read the defense. If he comes at me, does he come more towards my body? Then I'm pushing through with the ball. If he comes towards the ball, boom, that's cueing me to get into my direction change. Let's look at it. I'm here. A little bump, reading, boom. He doesn't do anything, I probably would have been shot. Come at me one time, and then we'll look at it here. Here, bump, I'm reading, boom, and we're pushing through right there. If he goes towards my body, so I'm in here, bump, square, boom, and then I'm pushing through right there. So that's our second read. And our third one is spin. So if I'm bringing the ball up, and he's starting to reach on the inside, I want to be able to that drop where I'm putting it into my stance. And now again, I'm trying to attack his back and veer back in front of the defense. If I'm here, he's in, boom, and then I'm pushing the ball through. Let's look at it again. Here, he's in, boom, and then really work on taking that angle away from the defensive player so they can't cut you off. Again, protect dribble reads. Here, front hip turn, here, boom, stick, square, or they're reaching in front, we pull that dribble, and then we get into our drive. Get after it.